So guys, as you know, a few weeks ago, or about a week and a half ago, we went to GCX and there was a gentleman there who was selling this amazing shirt. This is the shirt right here that we're talking about. We like older women. Anyways, this led Luke and I to reach out to this same artist and essentially take advantage of this, because right now it's such a no-brainer. We don't really do our own merch, but it's such a no-brainer that we were like, we have to push this through. And so we've teamed up the same artist on this one. We are selling this shirt, guys. We like older women. Now, listen. For this, it couldn't just be a shirt sale. We needed to pair up with a charity. So because this was all done at GCX, it needed to be a charity event. And we found that something we really wanted to contribute to. Here's the thing, guys. 5% of every purchase will be donated to conserving cougars. All right. And we think this is extremely important. This company has 75 volunteers spanning the states of California, Arizona, Florida, Ohio, Colorado, Washington, a number of different states. And it is to conserve cougars and their way of life. And we want to contribute to that. So every one of these shirts that you buy will have a link here in the stream, and give a big shout out to the original artist on this. Really. I mean, he's the one that really brought it to our attention. And we'll also be kicking the earnings also here to the cougars here. So by the way, I wish I was the genius behind this. This is all Luke. How the fuck did you find this? Did you just start typing cougars in or something like that? How did you stumble upon this?
I'm gonna be honest. I gotta give credit where credit is due. It's our merch guys, the guys over at Ludacy. He was actually the one who had the idea of like pairing up with these guys.
Ludacy, so. Thank you so much for that. And yeah. I mean, you know, they are majestic animals, and so we should do what we can to help preserve cougars and their way of life. So absolutely. Patch notes. Destiny 2 update 9.0.0.5 activities. The Edge of Fate, fix an issue where Relocator 2 will not be granted to some players when completing the Saturnism mission. Fix an issue where players could become blocked from progressing the Edge of Fate campaign by acquiring Stranglets while playing with other players on Fabled or Mythic World tiers. Fix an issue where players could not complete the Dark Academia quest until after completing the Outer Steps Stranglet, despite being able to pick it up before completion. Okay. Portal. Oh, here we go. Hold up. Let's take a look at this. The low gravity modifier will no longer be randomly assigned for quick play playlists or match main fireteam ops. I don't know how y'all feel about it. I'm not that crazy about it. It kind of makes me nauseous. Fix an issue in Encore where the mid-activity chest could reward players more than once after intentional fireteam wipes. This activity has now been re-enabled in Pinnacle Ops. All right. We may be back on the Encore grind today, everybody. Okay. Fireteam Solo Ops Master playlists now have their combatant tier modifier inform players that they need to be prepared for champions of any type. Grappler score penalty was increased to 4 red arrows alongside the gameplay changes detailed below and is now re-enabled. We'll continue to monitor its usage and adjust scoring if required. Okay. Lower the minimum power requirement for matchmaking to expert fireteam mobs. Fix an issue where reward banners were not playing at the end of every portal activity as expected. Yep. Yeah, it's not that big of an issue, but it's nice to still see the tiers and stuff. Fix an issue where players could soft lock themselves in the conflict solo op by progressing too quickly. Dude, this actually, there's a lot of actual soft locking situations in solo op missions and a variety of other places. Okay, raid and dungeon. Legacy raid and dungeon activities have had their combat difficulty for normal master modes reduced by 10 power. Okay, so not the -10. Base combat difficulty in the Desert Perpetual raid has been reduced by 10 power. The Cutthroat combat raid feat has been reduced by 10 power. Was plus 40 combatant power, is now plus 30. The requirements for the combined Mastery Triumph have been lowered to require only 1 completion at base difficulty. Gear reward tiers will depend on the number of feats active. Instead of getting a tier 1 reward previously, you'll get a tier 2 reward. Layered on additional feats will increase difficulty, but also help you get to tier 3 rewards and beyond. Okay. All right, guys. I mean, these are good changes. Yeah. Lost sectors. Fix an issue where players would spawn outside of the K1 Logistics Lost Sector on expert and master difficulty. Crucible. Fix an issue where the quitter protection was not functioning in the competitive playlist and Trials of Osiris playlist. Fix an issue where sprinting would degrade over time in an activity and eventually stop working. This issue may still occur in some cases. We're currently investigating a more permanent fix. Okay. Yeah. If you ever find yourself running and suddenly it feels like you're running in mud, that is a cinematic feature. Bungie wants you to take in the surrounding area and at a slower pace. Gameplay and investment. Armor. Fixed issue where the Armor 2.0 versions of the Wishful Ignorance and Matadoxia exotics could not be masterworked. Fixed issue where applying the ornaments of new gear incorrectly provided additional damage resistance through the near gear bonus. So you could take an ornament from new gear, stack it on your current new gear, and increase the damage resist. It's been nerfed, boys. It's been nerfed. All right, weapons, exotics. Fix an issue causing Queenbreaker single shot mode to not blind targets. Fix an issue where seekers spawned by the hierarchy of needs ring were not tracking correctly. Fix an issue where having conditional finality equipped would give other equipped weapons the ability to stun overload champions. Oh my god, dude, spaghetti code, man. Fix an issue where Vex meant the class rate of fire had been unintentionally reduced. Interesting. All right, weapon parts. Fix an issue causing Paracausal Affinity's damage bonus to grant no bonus damage. Reduce the effectiveness of the first 2 tiers of elemental honing on non-kinetic weapons against players. No. All right. I don't think we're gonna be able to get the 2 bursts anymore. Last Thursday, you could 2 burst with it. Elemental honing. Back to Headseeker we go. We'll see. We'll test it out. This may have completely killed elemental honing though. All right, general weapon fixes. Fix an issue where not all pre-Edge of Fate special and heavy ammo weapons had the correct ammo generation enhancing mods present. Fix an issue where the Adept Icarus mod couldn't be applied. Fix an issue where adjusting mag size on rocket-assisted pulse rifles could generate ammo from nothing. All right, abilities, Titan, throwing hammer melee. Reverted hammer, bounce behavior, and pickup cooldown to pre-Edge of Fate state. Yeah, I was feeling worse. Seasonal artifact. Fix an issue where the Tangled Web artifact mod would not suspend champions. Fix an issue, and not just champions. I even found sometimes they're just like against shielded combatants, just wouldn't actually get the suspend off. Fix an issue where the Elemental Daze artifact mod would trigger repeatedly when used against some champions. Fix an issue where the Fever and Chill artifact mod would sometimes apply the damage bonus from Radiant to the shot, which activated it. Gameplay modifiers. Grappler modifier. Here we go. Reduce passive energy gain and will now grant increasing amounts of grenade energy on defeating combatants, depending on the tier. All right. So it's back. But you can't just Spider-Man your way forever. You're going to have to get kills. So it's kind of dead. I don't know. We'll mess around with it. Encore is back. We'll see if we can use it in Encore. Depends on how many combatants do. We'll see if it's any good. Customization. Fix an issue affecting the visibility of the black letter ornament set for warlocks, allowing them to be acquired again. Fix an issue causing the taking flight holochip wings to be dimmer than intended. Vendors. A one-time offer of 200 unstable cores is available to all players due to an issue during the Edge of Fate's launch week, causing some players to lose cores. This offer can be claimed from Master Raul. Wow. 200, you say? What? Bungie, you didn't have to go out of your way for that, you know? That's too much. Fix an issue where the weekly Vanguard Arms reward displayed. You've already claimed an armor piece from the Vanguard Armory this week when it had not been claimed yet. This now correctly informed players they must reach this week's rank 7 or 12 armor requisition to claim their weekly reward. Fix an issue where players could be blocked from focusing exotic armor that they had previously acquired. Fix an issue where a small number of players were only receiving a specific exotic armors from exotic Ingrams. Interesting. All right, so some general changes updated the Edge of Fate campaign skip to provide additional details on the power level of gear provided to the character using the skip. Fix an issue causing the buy rank button on the reward pass to appear when not expected. Fix the tutorial prompt for Matter Sparks Charge to update with non-default key bindings for the vehicle primary fire control mapping. A call to arms bonus no longer incorrectly displays on the Conquer Triumphs. Fix an issue where some hobgoblins with banes would sometimes glow extremely brightly. All right, the sizable patch here, guys. We'll be checking it all out, and on top of that, we have Solstice Day, which just launched, and so we'll be jumping into this right now. Let me close down Steam and get this update going. Here it is, everybody. We have Solstice. Bring the heat, Guardians. The time has come to bask in the warm glow of our victories. Oh my God, we've got loot, we've got armor, we've got glows. Nice. Okay. All right, let's take a look here. So this is the event tab. Okay, we have to visit Evil Levante in the tower to obtain the Solstice Forge. Complete activities earn Solstice Alloy. Okay. All right, let me just go through some of these. Solstice Scorch activity, which is, I think, just Scorch Cannons, right? Yeah. I'm assuming you're going to get rep gains for this here. Here are the drops. We're limited to tier 4. So just like it was for Arms Week. We've got a bow, though, the new SMG, and this rocket launcher right here, and some Ingrams. I just hate that it's limited to these currencies right here. Because we're going to have another currency we're going to be able to pick up, which is going to be the currency you'll be earning. We'll see if we are limited to tier 4s just through that. Let me take a look at the store stuff right now. So for the store stuff, you can outright buy the armor. But there's a bright dust variation of this as well. So you can get the bright dust version. Actually, it looks pretty. All right. And I don't think there's anything else that's alongside this. I don't know. We may have to get it, guys. And then for bright dust, we have the jade rabbit ornaments. Okay. All right. That's this week, guys. What about the shader sets, Cross? Oh, my God. Bunch of damn addicts in here right now. Fine. There you go. You can get some shaders. You can get that shader. Oh, my God. My lord, dude. Hold on. Is this a skimmer? What? Why would I want this when I can only turn into a ball, though, on the new destination, Bungie? I'm just saying. Can't even pull our skimmers out. Hold on. So you can get this bundle package. Get the fuck out of it. Hold on. Bungie, I'm tired of you extracting my money from thy wallet, okay? With this bullshit. All right? I don't need this. I don't need it. Hold on. Reef Watcher. Can I only get Reef Watcher from this? Can I only get it from this bundle? I thought bundles were supposed to save us money. This is the opposite. The bundles are fucking us right now. We'll see. I will say that this shader in particular is hot, dude. Some ballin' shaders and some ballin' armor. I will. How much do I got? I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to pick up this armor. I shall be festive. Hell yeah. Oh my God. I am buying these shaders. Hold on. They look too fucking hot, guys. All right, let me just take a look at them. We're doing it for science. You guys want to see what it looks like. It's all for science. Oh my God. I'm fucking sold, dude. I'm fucking sold, man. All right, Solstice is here. Hi, happy Solstice Guardian even welcomes you to celebrate. Smile with deep warmth. I'm so pleased to see you here. There's always something special about Solstice, isn't there? We remember that what has been, and we celebrate the life and hope of here and now, of the future yet to come with people by our sides. I have asked Zavala to devise some exciting new challenges for you to overcome this year, Guardian. You'll have access to these during your operation this Solstice. It is our hope that these will drive you to ever greater heights and that you shine brightly for all to see. No bonfire bash, though. That was way too much for us to do. All right. Thank you so much, Eva. Thank you for that. From the reward track here, you do have, oh my God, dude, these weapons they look hot, dude. I don't know. It's such a strange thing to see this with the Hollow 4 version, but it's still tier 3. You know what I'm saying? It's still tier 3. Slap that like button like your mama told you right.